would this bike, the Yamaha R7, be a good starter bike?
That is aggressive.
That was really fun. Dude, this exhaust sounds so good.
Alright, what is up everybody? Tay Too Low back at it again with another video. Today we are doing a review on a Supersport 2024 Yamaha R7. This isn't my bike, first of all. This is my friend's. Huge shout out to him for letting me do this review on this bike, as well as letting me install his exhaust for him. This is a brand new exhaust, as you guys will see and hear. So this is kind of me like testing the exhaust to make sure everything's good, as well as doing a review on a Supersport. So I personally have never ridden a Supersport until this bike here. If you have followed the channel, know that I ride a 2024 Ninja 650. This is a Yamaha R7. It has a more aggressive stance for the Supersport stance. So I'm going to give y'all guys an honest, brutal opinion on riding a Supersport coming from a Ninja 650, which has a much more relaxed riding style. This bike is bone stock other than the exhaust. That is it. He did like his own custom tail tidy. What y'all see here is aftermarket exhaust and pure R7 performance. He did put mirror block off, so not a big deal. I'm not gonna do anything with performance, maybe aerodynamic. That's gonna be my intro for this video today, guys. So we're fixing to hop on this bike, give you guys a little bit more details, and then we're gonna give you guys a test ride and give you guys my honest opinion. So without further ado, see what comes next. This is the Yamaha R7. I've always liked the Yamaha seats because they're super, you know, big and they're good for comfortability. The passenger seats are a different story. These R7s, good luck finding a passenger with butt cheeks that small. So here we are. Let me hop on the bike, swing a leg over real quick. I am 5'9" or 5'10", and I can flat foot this bike. As you can see, I know I'm not wearing gear, not a good idea, but I can flat foot this bike off the bat compared to the 650. You are already leaned over because the handlebars are much lower. Sitting position is a little higher, but then again, I can still flat foot. I can tell that, you know, the foot pegs are going to be, you know, hiked up more. That's all the basics out of the way, so let's go ahead and turn it on. And there you go. You have R7. You have a shift light. You do have an option for a quick shifter, which this bike does not have installed. So it's going to be pure manually clutch lever work. The only difference, or I'll say the only difference, the only thing about this personal bike, my friend's bike, is his clutch point is in such a weird position. It's hard for me to get it down. So you're gonna probably see a lot of like coming off of first kind of mess ups, I guess you would say. But with all that out of the way, I think it's time to go ahead and give this guy a start. Well, no, you have a select button here, and you have engine temperature, air temperature, odometer, trip 1, trip 2, miles per gallon, and average miles per gallon, and there you go. You have your low beams, high beams, blinkers, horn, and kill switch, hazards, and starter switch. So I'm gonna put this in neutral and get this thing going. Oh wait, gotta inch you forward some because you're stuck against that first gear. All right, front brake is on. Give you guys a little sound test. And there she is in all her glory. So I don't know if this is an R7 issue, if this is an issue with his specific bike, or if it's totally normal for these R7s, but when I put it in the first gear, this thing kicks in the first gear. It is a really odd thing to go about. You'll see whenever I put it in first gear, it's gonna like and then like jerk real hard, but kickstand up, clutch in, first gear, watch. I don't know why it's so aggressive, I really don't, but that's just the way it is. So there you go. All right, so legs hiked up. First things first, very leaned over. So you're really leaned over the tank, your legs are more hiked up. The legs are not the uncomfortable part, it's the body, the upper body. Your weight is going to be on your wrist, but let's kind of get through this turn right here. Here's the bike. And there you go. That thing it almost sounds like a cruiser. Just a sporty, aggressive cruiser. It is really windy, so if y'all do hear wind noise, My apologies. There is ways around the upper body uncomfortable positioning. It's not going to 100% prevent this. Your wrists are going to probably at some point become numb. Mine fell asleep on me yesterday. Unlike the short little ride that I did, I'm not used to this position. Is it doable? 100%. Otherwise, you know, these bikes wouldn't sell. What I do, which is probably what you're supposed to do anyways, put your butt back in the seat just a little bit more, grip the tank with your knees, or your legs, and then you can kind of lean back a little bit more and give your arm even more straighter. Instead of putting that weight all on your wrist, it'll kind of even and distribute that weight. Suspension wise, speaking of, since I hit that bump right there, hold on. Since I hit that bump right there, it's kind of stiff. Again, you do have adjustable shocks up front. Let's hear them downshifts. Sounds like a cruiser, man, I'm telling you. He's gonna love this exhaust. It really sounds like a cruiser, and the pops and bangs you get out of this thing are sweet. He's more of an inline four like sound. Man, it sounds good. I had just installed it, like I said, so I'm also kind of testing it out for him. I know it will do. I'm gonna turn this way. He does not have any blinkers in the rear with this custom tail tidy, so we're gonna downshift right here and get a little bit of lean angle. There's a buddy over there. Man, this thing does move down speeds, down low. There is an officer over there, so let's not try to attract any attention. Again, I'm in a really like relaxed, leaned over position. I say relaxed because I feel like 600s and 1000s probably have a slightly, maybe slightly more aggressive stance, ever so slightly. This one is attainable and like work withable, if that makes sense. By any means is it like super comfortable. I would definitely take the 650 over this R7, but then again, it is doable. As far as power goes, it's not much more than the Ninja 650, but it's noticeable, if that makes sense. I think what we're gonna do here at this point is we're going to put our blinker on and then signal we're going over here, and maybe hit some back roads. That way you guys can hear exhaust on this bike. But it turns out we're going to be stopped here for a second because traffic. See, now at this point I am kind of on the front like heels of my foot, because it always depends on like the road positioning, how the road kind of does like this right now. I am kind of like on my heels like that. Seat position is definitely higher, not by much, but it is higher than the Ninja 650. Honestly, I gotta say, this bike would probably be really fun for anybody that wants to have a Supersport and maybe get their first bike. So which also kind of brings me to my next point. Would this bike, the Yamaha R7, be a good starter bike? In my opinion, if you came from dirt bikes, of course, in my opinion. If you have no experience before, still yes, but be careful, because you're already in an aggressive stance, and with the newer rider with all their weight on their wrist, I feel like they're gonna want to like give it more throttle because their weight's on their wrist. I honestly don't know. Again, everybody's different. Oh, there we go. That's our chance right there. All right, I'm gonna give you guys the beans here. That is aggressive. I hate not having mirrors. That wasn't completely full throttle, but that was definitely dang near full throttle. That was really fun. I'm kind of just like soaking that in. I don't like not having mirrors. I want to see what's behind me. This is also isn't my bike, so it's not a big deal. As far as maneuverability, like, you know, swaying and like handling, I don't think it's too terrible. I haven't really got a chance to try. We are fixing to, when this car passes, if the road is still smooth and clear. Let's see, that's a little bumpy right there, so let's stay away from that. Maybe right here. Ugh. Still not super comfortable with this road, so I'm taking it easy. It's doable.
Maneuverability, you sit up higher so it wants to sway over more. Yeah, you definitely have some room to play with on this bike. Dude, this exhaust sounds so good. Wow, it sounds like a cruiser. And that's funny because like I'm not mainly a cruiser guy. I know cruisers, like some of them, like the models and stuff. My dad's a cruiser guy. I've ridden his cruiser. It's just not for me. His bike's like 700 pounds. It's hard to manage. So honestly, if you're not looking for an inline four screaming out every time you want to take your bike out, this is, in my opinion, the best probably alternative, other than like V2s or like other twin cylinders, if you're looking for a budget, because these I believe are like MSRP 9 grand, so not too terrible. Dude, that is insane. I kind of want an R7 now. There's also another issue with these Yamahas, side note, if it's a normal thing with these R7s, or if it's abnormal, or there's like a recall out for them or not, but when you pull the clutch in, it kind of rev hangs for a second. Make sure nobody's behind me. We're gonna give it the beans here. Let's see. Oh wow, that was bad. All right, let's do this. Hold on. So it definitely moves. Again, it is a twin cylinder. It loses its power in the higher end RPMs. Not as much as you'd expect, but it still does. So we are now going to find a spot to turn around because I don't know honestly where I'm going right now. Oh, and brakes, let's see. 38 miles an hour. Really good brakes. Before you question me. Oh, come on. It's making me stop. Why am I stuck in fourth? What did I do? Okay, that was weird, but we got it situated. Nobody's coming. I'm not gonna try to lean this thing over as much as I can. Oh, there's another one coming. Man, that exhaust sounds so good. I'm trying not to talk as much because I know it's really windy out here. So here's what I was talking about with that riding position. It took my weight off my hands because I noticed my hands started cramping / falling asleep. So I just kind of gripped the tank with my legs, scoot it back a little bit, stick my thumb out. I don't know why that helps, but it does. I think it's helping the cramping. Yeah, this bike definitely makes more lower end torque over the Ninja 650, or it picks up speed better. But it also is a Supersport, so I'm sure it's made for that, but like more aggressive takeoffs. The maneuverability, it's actually pretty good. It's not what I thought it was. Since you sit on top of the tank to where you feel like you're bear hugging the tank in a way, it's not bad. I can still see, look, I can still get low. Oh man, my wrist is already starting to feel it though. But yeah, I mean, the bike isn't bad. It really isn't bad. Honest opinion, this is the first, like I said, this is the first Supersport I've ever ridden. This bike is flickable. You can put all the power you want to it and it will like not, I don't know, it won't like pick up that front wheel unless you're like genuinely trying. First gear, it might.
What's up guys? Unfortunately the camera died, so I'm just gonna do the outro like this real quick and easy. That's pretty much it. Once again, huge shout out to the homie Henry for allowing me to use his motorcycle to do this review. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him, so huge shout out. But yeah, guys, that was the Supersport review slash the R7 review. So I'm gonna end it there. I do appreciate all you guys so much for watching. I do have a TikTok channel now. It's Tay Low on TikTok. Any support is appreciated majorly. So once again, thank you. I'm gonna end it there. I hope all you guys have a blessed rest of y'all days, and I'll see you guys later.